So we finally got through the 30-day challenge. How was it? At the time that I'm recording this video, I actually just uploaded the last part of the 30-day challenge. And then for the rest of the week, I kind of took the whole week off. I stopped vlogging for a few days just because I was like, you know what, let me concentrate on what I really need to get done, because vlogging every day for 30 days straight, man, was it, I'm not gonna say it wasn't fun. It was a very fun activity. I love vlogging. I love recording. If I could do YouTube all day long, I would. But instead what I did is I backed off of it just because I wanted to kind of take time and fix my marketing up and figure out REI reply and get everything working correctly in it. I wanted to make sure that when my campaigns go out, that it's very automatic, and that I'm not gonna have to really sit back and have to go through everything and make sure everything is working correctly. So yeah, that's really all I did. Nothing spectacular has happened other than my closings, getting them to close. Got a few other things that, you know, just trying to take care of for the week. I had to move some money around, take care of the normal business activities, do my taxes, and that's about it really. Edited all the videos in the morning, every morning. But now I get to take a vacation. So by the time I do upload this video, I will have already taken my vacation. I'm gonna go out to a cabin out in Western North Carolina. For some reason, I can't think of the place off the top of my head. I will shoot a short vlog while I'm there because I do have some reading material that I have that I'm actually really excited on reading. I just got it today and it really has me extremely excited. I don't want to read it right this moment because I'm literally saving it for my vacation. I want to read it and be very comfortable and just kind of do it in a quiet space. I am going to take my kids on vacation with me, but we're going to be in a cabin, not going to be doing anything, just literally sitting back and relaxing. Something that I've needed now for a couple of weeks because it's been a lot of work, man. It's been a lot of work. These past, I'm going to say 6 weeks total, from January 1st until today, I have not taken a real vacation. I spent one night in the mountains a couple of weeks ago and that was cool and everything. And on the weekends I would go up to Blowing Rock, North Carolina and let my kids play in the snow. We went sledding, you know, we had some fun. But as far as like a real get away from everything, unplug, unwind, I haven't had one since December when I went to Florida before the 30-day challenge. So what I'm extremely excited about reading is this. It's called Active Listening 2.0 by Steve Trang. Now, most of you might know who Steve Trang is. Some of you don't know who Steve Trang is. He is the creator of Real Estate Disruptors. It's a podcast. He also runs a YouTube channel. If you throw into YouTube Steve Trang, you'll definitely be able to find him. He's got tons of great videos, tons of helpful videos. He's also a, 8-figure wholesaler. I'm pretty sure he's done a few millions in wholesale deals. So he came out with Active Listening 2.0. I don't know if he came out with Active Listening 1.0. I'm actually really excited about reading this one in particular because it helps deal with talking to sellers, asking the right questions, and what questions should you ask, kind of like gauging people's motivation and making sure that the question that you're asking is relevant to the point in time that you should ask it. Now it's really short. I mean, it's only what, 80, I think it was 86 pages total. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, it's like 85, 86 pages. And I'm making my whole team read it. My partner actually is the one who told me to read it. And then I'm gonna have both of my cold callers read it. And of course, I'm gonna read it. I'm really excited because I always love self-development. It's something that I take a lot of pride in. I've read quite a few books. I don't know how many to be honest, but I know it's over 60. And I did that in about 3 years. Every year I try to read as much as I can. Usually I'll do about 10 to 15 books a year, depending on whatever the subject might be. Now I'm no, book master. I haven't read hundreds and hundreds of books. But I do love personal development. I try to fit in as many books as I can in the short amount of time that I can. Usually I'm listening to them on Audible, definitely my favorite service. Don't get paid for Audible, but it works, and if it works, I'm gonna promote it as much as I can, especially if it helps you out. It has helped me out dramatically because I don't really have the time to read. And with kids, when are you gonna find a quiet time to sit down and actually read a book? Any free time that I have that I can have some quiet time, I usually like to spend it with my wife, or I like to spend it with my kids, because you know, they're all of them are a part of my life, and I want to make sure they're just as happy as I am. But I think that this book is gonna really make a difference. I'm really counting on it. I don't know much about this book, but just to give you an idea of what it's about, I'm gonna go ahead and read the back a little bit. So, for most of the 20th century, salespeople were the gatekeeper of data. In order for a prospect to learn more about a product, they had to reach out to the company, and then the salesperson would reach out to the prospect. In modern times, prospects are more educated than ever. They can find out 90% or more about your product and industry before they ever have to talk to a salesperson. The best way to overcome this hurdle is to be a better listener than ever before. Your goal as a salesperson is to find out exactly what the prospect wants or needs and give them exactly that. You can't afford that if your listening skills are not on point. In this book, we give you the tools necessary to communicate even better with your prospects to figure out how you can serve your clients better than ever before. So that's an idea of what this book is about and what it's trying to achieve. His main objective is, of course, to turn you into a more qualified individual to help people fulfill their needs. I saw a clip a couple of days ago that kind of like made my brain kind of, you know, start working. It was Jordan Belfort. If you guys don't know who Jordan Belfort is, he is the guy behind The Wolf of Wall Street. They literally made that movie for him. So Jordan Belfort at the end of the movie says to people that are in the audience, he's given a seminar, he says, "Sell me this pen. I want you to sell me this pen." Fast forward, he did an interview, I forgot where or who gave him the interview, and they were talking about that pitch, you know, his "sell me this pen." Well, his exact words were, "I'm not gonna try to sell you a pen that you don't need, because I have no idea that if you write with pens or not. Maybe you might tell me, oh, I don't really use pens, I use pencils. So if you don't use pens, why would I try to sell you a pen? I mean, be honest. Why would I be like, you need this pen, it works great, it writes great, because you're not gonna care about that pen. So we, as wholesalers, we need to understand the needs of our sellers. Why do they want to sell? You can't turn somebody who doesn't want to sell into a person who does want to sell. The motive and the wants and the needs have to come from within the person. There's nothing that we can do to try to convince them otherwise. They have to have something that requires them to fulfill this need. If they don't have a need, don't bother with them. That's without saying. I mean, there's so many people that are like, I contacted a motivated seller and he doesn't want to sell. How can I change his mind? Easy. You can't. Move on. He's not a motivated seller. He's just a distressed homeowner, but he's not a motivated seller. So I guess this book is gonna basically touch bases on that, on actively listening to people, listening to what their wants and needs are, and then helping them achieve whatever they need to achieve. It's pretty good. Now, personally, I like Steve Trang. He's got a lot of good information out there. A lot of good information on cold calling. I would definitely tell you guys, go visit his channel. I'll drop a link down in the description. And hopefully I can remember doing that, because sometimes when I'm making these videos, I forget while I'm uploading them to include a link in the description. But I promise I'll link him in the description. That way you guys can check out his channel. Because he's a really, you know, he's really good. I mean, he's interviewed some of the top wholesalers in the country. And he, you know, he's a top producer himself. So I think it's pretty cool, you know, people giving out as much information as possible. I actually want to join his mastermind. It's like $10,000 a year. And you can have your team basically be mentored by him. And while most of you might say, why would you pay $10,000 for some guy to mentor you? As you start to grow in business, if you don't pay money for self-education or to be in the same room as other people that are producing more than you, you're not going to move forward or be greater than you are. I'm sure every top producing person, every person that has millions and millions of dollars has paid multiple times to be in the same room as other top producing people to learn what the next step is in order to grow. If not, you're going to have to learn on your own. And there's two things that you can use in life. You can either use your own time and discover it on your own, or you can use money to speed up the time. Like example, if I would have paid a mentor to help me wholesale, I could have learned a whole lot faster than taking months and months of my time experimenting and learning on my own on how to become a good wholesaler. It would have taken me 1 month to get a deal instead of 4 months, and it would have taken me 3 to 4 months to be consistent versus 1.5 years. See how money could have helped me out in that, but I didn't have the money. So hopefully I can read the book and give you guys some insight on whether you should pick it up. But if you haven't read it already, I think that you should pick it up, to be honest, because taking my opinion out of whatever it might be, whether I say you should get it or not, is irrelevant. You should try it out for yourself. Don't just go by other people's opinion. My opinion is solely my opinion, only to say what's on my mind. You know, I got plenty of other books that I absolutely love, like, you know, 10X Rule. I'm looking at my library in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. Got the 10X Rule over there, the Real Estate Wholesaling Bible by, you know, Than Merrill. I've read all of Grant Cardone's books, awesome books. The One Thing by Gary Keller teaches you how to focus just on one little thing at a time. Don't be trying to be all over the place. I tell you guys all the time, you know, don't be all over the place with your marketing. If you're doing bandit signs, do only bandit signs. If you're doing cold calling, only do cold calling, and, you know, etc., etc., etc. 4-hour work week. I forgot who wrote that. Obviously, the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. If You Can't Wholesale After This by Todd Fleming, great book as well. If you're just getting into wholesaling, it's a great book. It talks a lot about marketing and how you guys can market. The Closer's Guide, I think it is, by T-Rob or Tony Robinson. You guys might have seen him on Instagram. He used to be friends with Max Maxwell. I don't know if they still are or not, but whatever the case might be, he has an Audible book on Audible. The 21 Secrets to a Closer's Guide or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've listened to it or read it. But those are also some great books to check out other than Steve Trang's book. So hopefully you guys have found some type of information in this whole vlog that has inspired you guys to be better wholesalers, better person, better whatever it may be. I hope that I've been able to give you guys some value. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm like giving you guys my goodbye speech on YouTube, but the past, I don't know, year or so that I've been on Instagram and YouTube, I've always wanted to help you guys out as much as I can. Of course, I'm limited to what I can do because I do have my own life to worry about, so I can't really help you guys out to the maximum. I still am working on my course, believe it or not. I know that I don't really talk about it much, but it is a work in progress. It's just so hard trying to find time to do all this stuff. Now that I am done with the wholesaling challenge though, I am gonna step back from vlogging a little bit, only because I wanna focus on the course. Because it's gonna be quite a few videos. I know it's gonna be like 20 something videos. And look how long it took me to do 30 videos. It took me 6 weeks of vlogging every single day. And even though it took me so long to do all this, and it took me, you know, such a long time to cram it all into a 30-day playlist, it's kind of crazy how long they are though, because it's just like this one's super long because I'm rambling on. These videos are like about roughly 20 minutes each times 30. I have no idea, I can't multiply in my head, but I know it's a few hours of content. At least what, like 6, 7, 8 hours of content? So every 3 videos is about an hour. Yeah, it's about actually 10 hours of content. Okay, I multiplied it a little bit in my head. 10 hours of content, that's a lot of content. Most movies are only an hour, what is it, like an hour and 30 minutes, if that, hour 20 minutes. And, you know, it takes them like 6 months to edit a film. So the fact that I've been able to do all that in one time, you know, that's a very long video. But for the most part, guys, I am gonna go ahead and head to bed. It's been a long day. It's like 9 o'clock at night right now. Extremely tired. Had just so much to do. Had to run around quite a bit. Nothing really vlog worthy, to be honest. I haven't even done marketing this week. Just been scheduling everything out. But enough about me, guys. I am gonna catch you guys later, and I'll see you guys when I come back, and I'll see you on another vlog.